sorry. That's for a Democrat show.
Let me know when you're ready.
No matter what the technical difficulty is, this man is a professional. He goes all the way.
What you represent to them is freedom.
Was an extremely great conservative commentator. We're tearing it up on Wednesday night. This is awesome. This
will allow me to retort.
Well, this is Jersey Joe for the Reaver of Common Sense show. 8 p.m. on shrmedia.com.
Actually, I just totally screwed up. This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and why is that not working? I'm having some weird issues going on here. That is absolutely weird. For some reason, my intro, I don't think was playing. Hold on a second. Let me see something. For some reason, the sound on my computer isn't actually working. And that doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense at all. It's, I don't know. And that really doesn't make sense to me. It should be very loud and proud. Which is going to suck because, well, the commercials will work, yeah. I was going to take today off, actually. I have not felt good since last night. I got weather incoming. Let me see something. Yeah, I don't think any of the sound from my computer, for some reason, is playing. And I haven't changed anything on my computer. This is weird. That's really weird. Huh. Oh, boy. It's going to be a long day. A long day indeed. Yeah, for some reason the sound totally on my computer is not working. But that's for another time. I mean, I can hear it. It's just for some reason it's not translating into what's being played. That's really weird. That's going to bug me now because how I noticed it is the alarm that I have set to let me know it's time to hit the button to go live didn't work. And everything was working fine until I wonder if I downloaded a virus. I'll be pissed if I did. I went and downloaded a new, alarm sound so it can tell me when, and everything was working fine to that. And then all of a sudden, the sound's not working. It's the liberals. No, it's Russia. Russia has hacked me. They are trying to influence my show. As I said, I was not feeling good last night. I still don't feel the greatest today. I can't feel my right arm. My hand is totally numb. With the weather we've been having like the last couple of days. And I mean, I shouldn't even say we because we had storms one night where I live. And but the storms that are around us just has the pressures off, which is causing pain. And I know this is going to sound really stupid, but I went and had my eyes done yesterday. I went and had them checked and all that. And I was like, yeah, great. They dilated my eyes. And it had me so bad last night that I was like ready to throw up at any moment. I couldn't concentrate, do any of that. And it just had me ready to be sick. And I couldn't believe how bad it made me feel. First time. True story. I always hate that. So, between last night and this morning, this twit, of course, the post of Hillary Clinton kissing Robert Byrd in his KKK outfit, screaming, "It's fake, it's photoshopped, it's faked, it's photoshopped." But he was acknowledging that Hillary did kiss him, and he was at one time KKK, and it's like, what the hell is this argument over? Supposedly, a picture of him in the KKK outfit is supposed to be photoshopped. I don't know. He didn't argue any of the other points, but just supposedly that one part is fake. But then he's posting these obvious photoshops, and I mean obvious photoshops, of Trump surrounded by KKK members. And it was funny. These people are so desperate for any type of dirt or try to protect that they will lie, and it's amazing. I even posted a Snoops article that agreed that Hillary was kissed by a former Klans member and spoke very highly. He didn't like that one. I even posted a video of Hillary Clinton speaking highly. That's not photoshopped. It's amazing how they pick and choose when they're gonna point out facts. The man was KKK. I don't care that he apologized. You know, they're bringing up the past of Sessions and twisting it on Sessions because they're like, he prosecuted 3 black guys that were trying to get people to vote. They got prosecuted because there was multiple complaints from black communities that they were intimidating and forcing, changing people's votes. That's what they got charged on, not because they were trying to stop somebody from voting. It's absolutely ridiculous. It is sad. I mean, Robert Byrd was a Democrat senator all the way up until 2010 when he retired. He was a high-ranking KKK member. He was a recruiter, and he was in during some of the dangerous times in the KKK history, and they got a long history of it. But during the 50s and 60s, they were extremely dangerous, and that's when he was in there. But he apologized. And that makes everything so much better. So last night, I think it was like 2 o'clock in the morning, they approved, confirmed, Senator Dr. Tom Price. I don't know how to give him his acknowledgments with his titles, so that's best I'll do. As the HHS secretary. And the liberals are freaking out because a doctor is now in charge of our health. God forbid we have a doctor calling the shots. He knows more about healthcare and what needs to be done than anybody else. It's the reason why they're attacking him is because he is this is about Obamacare. They want to try to protect that monstrosity failure and that's all it's about. They want to protect that. Push. It is. Yeah, Nordstrom has a new line of Kim Jong / Hillary Clinton pantsuits. I swear she wears the same suits as Kim Jong. Maybe they're one and the same person. It's absolutely amazing at the depravity of the left anymore. So, I know, a little bit of babble. Trying to figure things out on the computer as I talk. Hard to really try to do both at the same time. It is a former UN ambassador, John Bolton, is discussing the potential designation of the Muslim Brotherhood as a terrorist organization. Iran's Revolutionary Guard Corps may also receive such a designation, and that would be 2 excellent steps forward, as Bolton stated. And the media and the left are trying to push back. And of course, their argument is if we designate them as a terrorist group, we'll stimulate extremism in the Muslim world. If we speak out against it, we're going to bolster it. That's their idea. If we talk about, and this is their way of silencing speech. And that's all this is. Don't get it confused. They are just trying to silence speech by using fear. Well, if you talk about it, you're going to make them do more. But if you ignored it, they're going to go away. We've ignored it. Well, for terrorism for 8 years, it hasn't gone away. We tried to play nice with them for 8 years. It hasn't gone away. We've empowered them by ignoring them and allowing them to take more power. Hey, we ignored Nazis in the 30s. How did that work out? Just saying. And I'm not calling the left Nazis or anything. I'm not comparing. I'm just saying we tried that ignoring in the 30s, 2030s, and look what it got us. We've been ignoring ISIS, and look where it's got us. And I'm sorry, the attacks that we have done has not been anything but a little tickle them. It's it's ridiculous. Ignoring them and giving them free reign is not going to give them power. Is not going to stimulate extremism. Several countries have designated the Muslim Brotherhood as a terrorist organization. Terrorist organization. And it has not bolstered or empowered anybody. It's pointing out the truth. And I can't understand how people think pointing out the truth is anything but. Is an endangerment. I can't. I'm laughing because I look over Hillary posted about the 9th District Circuit Court. It's a liberal cesspool. They've been turned over 75% of the time. So she thought it'd be really smart because it was an unanimous decision. Oh, in my ear. She thought it would be a good idea to say it was a unanimous 3-0 decision against Trump. Well, Kellyanne Conway comes back and puts PA, Wisconsin, and Michigan. Yeah, 3 states there. Hillary's also 0-2 when it comes to presidential runs. So, she's trying to become relevant in an irrelevant world. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media and High Plains Radio. We will be right back.
You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
You have been listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying half of the stupid pro.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the reaverofcommonsense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date with everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe. And I'm finding this funny. Someone is saying that Sean Spicer has to be concerned over the optics because of the Saturday Night Live factor. Because Saturday Night Live may do a we should watch how, or Sean Spicer should watch what he says and acts. He got into it with a reporter and went back down. He answered the question. The reporter tried phrasing it different ways. He answered the question, and then he went on. I'm glad to see the media is not the end-all be-all. They do not control this government, and they are not holding them accountable. They are trying to push an agenda of the left. It's ridiculous. I'm so tired of this. We're supposed to lay down and just roll over for these cocksuckers. Excuse me for the language, but I'm just sick of it. I understand fighting for what you believe in, but this is not what our country is about. And they're twisting it to try to destroy it. And they got these mindless lemmings that just fall in line and do what they're told. I don't know. It's the same rhetoric over and over with the left. And it gets tiresome. And I'm getting tired of these idiots. Under Armour said something positive about Trump. Now, oh my God, let's go up in arms. Well, you know what? Some of the people that are running their mouths are being paid big goddamn money by Under Armour. So, I don't know. Oh, it's... It's ridiculous. I can't stop saying that enough. It is ridiculous. It is tiresome. And I'm so tired of it. But it's a fight we're going to have for the next 4 years. And right now, because they won that one court, they are so empowered right now. They think they just won the election all over again. Well, that's not the way it works. You won in a liberal court. One that is overturned. It's something like 75% of the time. Oh, let's see. Do-do-do-do. 79% of the time it gets overturned. 79. And that's what the left is going to jump behind right now and beat their drums to. And all Trump has to do right now, and I can understand why he may not want to, he could rescind this because there's possibility that it was slightly worded a little. The lawyer that defended it, well, he wasn't. I wasn't impressed. I'll leave it at that. I was not impressed with his litigation skills. All he has to do is scrap the EO and rewrite it. Because when it first rolled out, for whatever reason, which I believe, I have no proof, it's just my opinion, that there's some rogue elements still in these federal departments that are loyal to Obama, and they purposely screwed up the rollout to cause issues and enforced it where it shouldn't have. So Trump can just write a new EO that makes it crystal clear and go from there. And then all the lawsuits would, if they wanted to, would have to start over again. They have proof that these countries have had people arrested, which is not part of the laws of that give Trump or any president the power to protect the nation. We don't have to be attacked to protect ourselves. Dumbest goddamn idea that is. We know it's a hotbed over there, where those countries were picked out because their government or lack of government is not willing to work with us to help try to control the issue. Yes, Saudi Arabia has been more involved, but Saudi Arabia is also working with our government. Some of the countries that aren't listed that have hotbeds are working with us. So it's funny because you have like these. I know some Dems that are anti-terrorists and don't like the Muslims and don't like the Middle East, but yet they're bitching just to bitch on Trump. They agree with what he's doing, but they're bitching about it just to bitch. Yeah. A friend of mine just posted this, and it's Obama speaking about illegal immigrants. Let me give it a listen real quick.
Agree on the need to better secure the border and to punish employers who choose to hire illegal immigrants. We are a generous and welcoming people here in the United States, but those who enter the country illegally and those who employ them disrespect the rule of law, and they are showing disregard for those who are following the law. We simply cannot allow people to pour into the United States undetected, undocumented, unchecked, and circumventing the line of people who are waiting patiently, diligently, and lawfully to become immigrants.
Wait a minute. Did I hear that right? Let's
agree on the need to better secure the border and to punish employers who choose to hire illegal immigrants. We are a generous and welcoming people here in the United States, but those who enter the country illegally and those who employ them disrespect the rule of law, and they are showing disregard for those who are following the law. We simply cannot allow people to pour into the United States undetected, undocumented, unchecked, and circumventing the line of people who are waiting patiently, diligently, and lawfully to become immigrants.
Wait a minute. That sounds like what Trump's saying, and that came from Obama. Chuck Schumer has said the same thing. They've all said it, but for some reason now they've changed their tune and they want to protect the illegal immigrants. They want to protect these terrorists. They want to give them a chance to get in this country. And yeah, that is my opinion. That's what the left are doing. They're out to destroy this country anymore. Hell or high water, they're going to try. And if American citizens get killed, so be it. They don't give a shit. Chuck Schumer don't give a shit. His actions show me that he does not care about security of this country. He cares about elections and elections only. He doesn't care about me or you or anybody else. He doesn't even care about his own constituents. All he cares about is getting reelected. And he's willing to put our life on the line. I heard someone, Booker, Senator Booker, the courts have made the country safer. You numbnuts, how the hell is leaving our borders exposed and leaving our immigration policy wide open making us safer? It doesn't. It goes to you guys on the Democrats are out for the destruction of this country and everything we are, and you're willing to have citizens killed. You are willing to protect the terrorists that want to come into this country. And I am so tired of your rhetoric and putting American lives at danger so you could beat a drum and try to get reelected. Well, you lost any support that could come out of me ever. Absolutely disgusting. The rhetoric that you push, the lies that you tell people, and you endanger people's lives. Why? So you can try to get reelected. You know, I know they won't like those comments, and I don't care. Maybe it's about time someone smacks him in the head with the truth. Maybe it's time they look at themselves instead of pointing their fingers everywhere else. Maybe it's time for them to understand what's going on. Because they sure as hell are not showing it. I'm not impressed with it. And I'm not going to sit back and stand for it. They can try to silence me all they want, as they do. Yeah, it's not going to work. I will keep running my mouth. No matter how much any of these groups try to silence me. It's ridiculous. I'm just amazed. Amazed. I don't know. I'm stupefied. But I don't know. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media and High Plains Radio. We will be right back.
listening to the SHR Media Network.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. You didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying Catholic, stupid pro.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the reaverofcommonsense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date with everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm trying to make sense out of the senseless. It's going to be a long 4 years, I can tell you that. Long 4 years. No matter what he does, no matter what he says, the liberals are going to oppose him. And one of the idiots was on, I think a senator, was on Tucker's show, and Tucker even pointed out a lot of things that Trump is talking about and wants to push through, not push through, but present, is exactly what the Democrats have been pushing for years. But they say they're going to oppose it just because it's Trump putting it forth. It's absolutely ridiculous. And he's like, well, you know, and he stuttered and stammered. It's bullshit. They are not out for the country. They are out to try to protect their jobs. And that's all they're doing, is trying to protect their jobs. And Schumer goes on recently that it turned his stomach. When Jeff Sessions was passed, it turned my stomach. I don't have anything against him personally. I know we here in that gym together in the morning, but to have a man like this with his record on immigrations, he's almost and certainly the most anti-immigrant senator. No, he's not anti-immigrant. He's anti-illegal immigrant. You see, the left has to confuse statements. They have to lie for them to win. They can't go and win on the truth. Because it's not immigration that Jeff Sessions is strong against. It is illegal immigration. I just... Let's tune into the Fox because Vice President Pence is speaking and swearing in Dr. Tom Price.
Having the finest health care in the world, but we all have known the challenges in recent years since the passage of the Affordable Care Act. And President Trump has made it top priority of this new Congress to repeal and replace the Affordable Care Act with health care reform that will lower the cost of health insurance without growing the size of government. And finding someone to lead Health and Human Services who brings a background in medicine, a background in health care, a background in budgetary issues in the Congress of the United States, who understands the unique challenges of state officials in programs like Medicaid, was easily met when he made the decision to name Dr. Tom Price as the new Secretary of Health and Human Services. Now, Dr. Price is uniquely qualified to step into this leading role during this time of reform in the life of health care in America. For nearly 20 years, Tom Price worked in private practice as an orthopedic surgeon in the Atlanta area, mending broken bones, giving people the hope and the health to lead lives to the fullest. You passed on your wisdom by training rising generations of physicians at a local college and hospital. An impressive career in healthcare. But your patients weren't the only ones that benefited by your leadership and by your example. You would carry your leadership qualities into the Georgia State Senate, where you served for 8 years, becoming the majority leader of the Georgia State Senate and helping to steer a time of real reform and renewal in the state of Georgia. Then it was on to Congress, where I first met Dr. Price. He would serve in the Congress now for more than 12 years, chairman of the Budget Committee, but without question, emerging as the most principled expert on health care policy in the House of Representatives, if not the entire Congress. And now President Trump has transformed you with leading the Department of Health and Human Services on behalf of the American people. And as Secretary, we're both confident that you will bring that experience as a physician, that experience at the state level, and that singular experience at the national level to ensure that President Trump's vision for a healthcare system in this country that works for every American will become a reality in the years ahead. So with that, On behalf of President Trump, it is my great privilege to administer to you the oath of office. Please place your left hand on the Bible, raise your right hand, and repeat after me. I, Thomas Price, do solemnly swear.
I, Thomas Price, do solemnly swear.
That I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States.
That I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States.
Against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
Against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same.
That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same.
That I take this obligation freely.
That I take this obligation freely.
Without any mental reservation.
Without any mental reservation.
Or purpose of evasion.
Or purpose of evasion.
And that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties.
And that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties.
Of the office upon which I am about to enter.
Of the office upon which I am about to enter.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Mr. President. We're going to sign some official documents, but would you join me in welcoming Betty Price to this event?
They're just signing some paperwork, and there'll probably be some oohs and ahs and thank yous. And all I can say is we can now get on as Trump's nominations are getting put in place. We can get on to governing the country and getting our government working. The Democrats they can't get out of their own way, it seems. They're not learning. They lose in elections. And they don't learn or try to figure out what the mistakes were. It's amazing that they can't step up and just say, hey, okay, this is the mistakes. Let's go on. What they know and why they don't like Sessions, it's a couple-fold. Number one, they know that he's going to follow the law and enforce the law. And that they don't like. They like to pick and choose what laws, when, the who, what, when, and all that. And that's not Jeff Sessions. Number two, they know the mass amnesty policies that have been going on are out the door. God dang. They know they're not going to be able to push and use the DOJ as a weapon. They used it for 8 years. They talk about having an attorney general that'll stand up to the president. And they're always, well, this is not the president's attorney. As that is exactly what Eric Holder said. I am the president's attorney. And so did Loretta Lynch. I am the president's attorney. No, you're not. You're there for the people. And they have forgotten that. And now the Democrats want to make a big issue out of it. Well, I don't understand it. You know, you You didn't say anything over the last 8 years as the president that was the head of your party did exactly what you're making comments to Jeff Sessions, the new attorney general. And you sat quietly, silently. It'd be one thing if you spoke up about it. It really would be one thing. But you did nothing. You sat back as you watched an attorney general become the lapdog of a president. And you applauded it. You protected him, especially with Fast and Furious. It just, there was so much going on with those two, and the Democrats sat silently. I'm amazed. Just amazed. And we're supposed to believe that they actually care. And it's funny that media suddenly discovers presidential ethics. It's funny how now all of a sudden they know what the meaning of the words independent judiciary, conflict of interest, and press freedom. For 8 years under President Barack Obama's tenure, the media treated conservatives who raised those concerns as racist, cranks, or both. Now, all of a sudden, they want to talk about checks and balance. Everything that Trump does is imminent and lawless tyranny. But for how many years? They sat back. Said nothing, did nothing. Sorry, I don't buy the bullshit. Especially when I hear, well, he's trying to silence the media. Well, they seem to have a short memory. Very short memory. Because it was Obama who actually tried to silence the media. It was Obama who tried to control what the media reported. Amazes me. Doesn't shock me, but amazes me. It's the media and their fake outrage and upset because someone called them fake news. And now CNN says that saying that to a journalist is like saying the N-word. Holy shit, is that? Man, they need some help. They really do. They are out there. They've lost it. Trying to compare people pointing out the fake news aspect and saying it's like saying the N-word. Holy shit. That is amazing. That is a loss of reality. That is not the same as saying the N-word. That is pointing out you are giving false stories. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense and you're listening to me on SHR Media and High Plains Radio. We will be right back if I push the button.
You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
You have been listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. You didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying Catholic, stupid pro.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the reverofcommonsense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date with everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm trying to make sense out of the senseless. This one is, I just don't understand. Protests erupted outside the Phoenix ICE office after arrest of illegal immigrant. This woman was a 36-year-old. She arrived for her routine check-in, but instead of being released under President Trump's illegal immigration crackdown, she was detained. Why was she detained? Good question. Well, she's here illegally. She's been here illegally for years. She had been considered a low priority for deportation under the Obama administration, had to check in with ICE officials every 6 months following a 2008 conviction for felony identity theft for having false papers. She had fake papers, and she was charged, and she's now been deported. Why? Because she broke the law. And now Democrats, the liberals, want her to be excused for it. How dare we enforce our laws? We shouldn't be doing that. That's what it is. They're upset that we are enforcing our laws. Nothing more, nothing less. This woman came here illegally, has broke the law, and now they're protesting over, and they were blocking the van. Well, you know what? That can get you arrested. I'm it is amazing. They are sitting there crying, well, you don't want to split families up. Wait a minute. Hold the phone here. We split families up all the time in this country. When someone breaks the law and we send them to prison, we send them to prison. We split families up. It happens. You break the law, you get punished for it, you go on. But now, nope. We're supposed to sit back and ignore the fact that she broke our laws. Well, no more. The laws are the laws. We follow the laws or we don't follow the laws. One or the other. Not this half in, half out shit. We're either a country of laws or we're not. I'm tired of being held to a higher standard while these foreigners are allowed to do whatever they want. That's exactly what has been going on in this country for years now. We have ignored the rule of law and allowed foreigners to come in and trample all over our laws, while us peon citizens are held to a high standard that not even our politicians try to hold themselves to. They're some of the biggest lawbreakers around. It's absolutely a joke anymore. They They don't care about us, and there's nothing they could say or do that would. I mean, there's stuff they could do, but right now their actions scream they don't give a rat's ass. They are going to do whatever they want. And if us peons don't like it, oh well. These politicians need to be held to a higher standard. They need to be held and forced to follow the same laws. If I go into any country, I'm held to a high standard. The same countries, though, Mexico, then chastise us for enforcing our immigration laws, which are less severe than theirs. Mexico is not doing great, but they're willing to waste money in defending their citizens in court cases to keep them in America. Well, if you think our laws are so barbaric, have your citizens go back for protection. Have them go back to the United States. My patience have been worn very thin with this. And there's not much except for what I do now. I just keep talking about it, keep pushing it. I'm just flabbergasted at the audacity of our politicians. And as I said, they've been using this as a political football for decades now. And they use it so they can scream, this party's not doing this. This person hasn't been doing that in office. And if it is upheld and we have to enforce and we start to actually correct the issues that are going on, all of a sudden, they don't have anything to campaign on. The liberals are going to cry every step of the way. They're going to protest every step of the way. Whether it could be something they agree with, they're going to protest. Hell, let's look at the Dakota pipeline. The protest that took place out there. Yeah, they're worried about the environment. They're worried about polluting the waters. To clean up the garbage those protesters left. Think about it. They left garbage all over. They had to bring in front-end loaders, dump trucks to expose of the waste, human feces laying around. They did more damage to the land as they were protesting to save the land. They did more damage to it. Because it is not about saving the land. It's about opposing certain parties. It's about pushing certain agendas. It's about it's not about the truth. That's what it is. I can say that with definite. It's about trying to tear down a system that's doesn't need to be torn down. It's disgusting. It's just a fight to fight. There's only so much you can say. And it's... I don't have the answer. I wish I had the answer. Because, well, I'd be a very rich man at that point. But... I don't know. We got to do something. We definitely have to do something. We got to straighten out a system that is absolutely screwed up. And if we could straighten that out, we can actually start. We have to secure our borders between safety of American lives, the safety of foreigners. Allowing these open borders like this is allowing, it's emboldening these illegal groups to push it, to make money off of sneaking people in, which puts these people's lives at danger. But realistically, if they took that money instead of paying someone like that and they went and hired an attorney, they would have a better chance and a longer stay in our country. It's the funny part. It's a battle that'll keep going for the ages. Both sides aren't going to give up, and I'm not going to give up. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media and High Plains Radio. We will be right back.
listening to the SHR Media Network.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. You didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying half of the stupid program.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the reverofcommonsense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date with everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I'm your host, Jersey Joe. I'm just looking to see if she's actually been deported yet, and I don't see... New York Times. She showed up yearly to meet immigration agencies. Now they have deported her. Sorry. Breaking the law, just because you go see the immigration officer doesn't mean you get to stay here. You're breaking the friggin' law. I don't know. Even Joe Scarborough is even saying the ruling is laughable and will be overturned. The Ninth Circuit reasoning would allow 9/11 hijackers to sue to come into the country. It is absolutely, I don't know. I'm just looking over some. It's amazing. They are more worried about pushing agendas than protecting the country. It's absolutely amazing what they will do. They talk about safety and all that. Well, I don't think they have an understanding of safety. They put this country at risk nonstop by handcuffing our ability to protect our borders. That's where safety's going to start. It will not stop 100% of the attacks, but it will stop enough of them. Stopping one attack is more than enough. It's not imposing on our freedoms like other bills have. It's a joke that we have to go to court because the liberals are worried about upsetting some foreigner. They care, I've said it before and I'll say it again, they care more about foreigners than they do about American citizens. And Elizabeth Warren, it's actually coming out, and it's kind of funny. Her little stunt on the Senate floor that got her, what is it called, censured for the night. It's funny that hours before she did that little stunt, her book just came out. And it seems that she did it as a publicity stunt more than a actual worrying about anything else. I'll just leave it at that. It's a sham. And it's being pointed out that with Trump has made some comments about the courts, federal court system, that they're more political than justice. And everybody's going off the rails. But the same media and the same people that are attacking Trump over that comment were quiet when Obama attacked the Supreme Court with them sitting right there. That's fine. And that's what I'm getting tired of. And I'm not trying to, play this is Obama's fault. It isn't. But if you're going to act one way with Obama and then act a total different way, I'm going to call you out on your bullshit. The media is trying to play the victim, and they're not. They're one of the criminals in this whole little trial of life. They have helped cause a lot of these issues that are going on. If they would have held Obama to the same standards that they're doing with Trump, I wouldn't be complaining about the media. I'd be on their side. But they were silent. And then, oh, the media's attacking. No president has ever attacked the media. Obama attacked Fox non-stop. Non-stop. But that was okay. Because it was Obama doing it. It's amazing the double standard they're having. Just give the same that you would same treatment that you gave Obama. Be consistent. That's all. And then you have Blumenthal, which, sorry, he's Hillary's they're close friends, but you want me to take it seriously when it's obvious the only thing you're doing is trying to cause issues because your friend didn't win the presidency. It sounds like sour grapes more than anything. And Schumer's taking a private conversation that was held, twisting it and throwing it public to cause problems, to try to embarrass Trump. I find it disgusting that he would put those conversations out in the public. I know the Democrats didn't like it. Their information being put out in the public. And what I mean by that is the DNC hacked emails. They cried like little babies about it. So, it's... I have no sympathy for the Democrats. Listen, you are trying to start issues where there might not be issues. And the problem that you're having is you're doing it so often and every day on every little thing. You're the little kid who cried wolf. So if there is an issue where Trump may overstep the line, or not saying he will, but if he were to step over the line and you bring it up, no one's going to take you serious anymore because that's all we've heard for 3 weeks now. And it's... How am I supposed to take you serious? I can't. I don't know. I can't take them serious because they keep crying wolf. Every nominee, we've heard the same thing. I got called a racist again today, and it's just like, oh, you're going to the playbook. Congratulations. Woo, woo. And then it was, oh, well, you need to learn how to take a joke. Well, that's not funny. Like I told him, learn to be funny and maybe I'll take a joke. But until then, no. It's... all we've heard is racist, white supremacist. Just the same shit over and over and over, and it literally is tiresome. Really tiresome. And it turns me off from trusting or listening to anything they have to say. I mean, I don't know how many times, and I keep asking, how many times do I have to go over it? It's just same shit over and over and over again. I don't know. It doesn't seem like they're more interested in trying to win 2018 than they are in actually governing our country. And Elizabeth Warren, what's funny is she was warned multiple times. Multiple times. And it had nothing to do with MLK's wife's book, Coretta Scott King, had nothing to do, letter. Nothing. She was already warned prior to her even starting the letter. Before. But then, because, well, I'm going to make it a racial issue, she starts that it was about Coretta Scott King. And it just... disgusting. Heartless. I don't know how many other adjectives I need to use to express my displeasure. But, you know, since I'm not a Democrat, I don't matter to them. My opinion doesn't matter because I do not blindly agree with them. And I love how they have this attitude anymore of it only matters if you blindly agree with them. Otherwise, you're nothing to them. Your opinion doesn't matter to them. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media and High Plains Radio. We will be right back.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying Catholic is stupid, bro.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking, drinking, drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the reaverofcommonsense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date with everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe. And I'm here to make sense out of the senseless. Oh, the weekend's here. That's one bit of good news I can actually say. The weekend is here. Whether you got plans or not, I hopefully have plans. Whether it's just sit back and relax or go out and party. If you're going to go out and party, just make sure you're safe about it. We live in a very scary time. Nothing is easy. Everything is very political. No matter what you do or anything, everything is very political nowadays. You can't say or do anything without politics stepping into it. And we really... I don't know how to put it. We just have to watch our backs. Because every step is a dangerous step. When we have such violence being perpetuated onto American citizens by fellow American citizens just because they don't like our opinions or our thoughts. Listen, I don't like a lot of things and how a lot of liberals think and what they say and all that, but I'm not going to sit there and get violent with them. I'm not going to assault and batter them. I may get in an argument. It may get heated. There could be names called at each other, but I'm not going to resort to violence to try to prove my point, because I don't think that proves anything. In fact, I think it proves that you are absolutely wrong when you have to go that route. Hopefully that made sense. It made sense in my head the way I had to say. I'm just hoping that it makes sense to everybody else. Because this country is not doing good. Lady Liberty is hurt. Lady Liberty is hurting, and it's going to take a lot of work to straighten out these problems. And just because you want to come to this country doesn't mean you have the right. No. We have a right, just as every country has a right to secure their borders. And so many countries do that. Some don't. That's your choice. But I believe in having a very secure border. And I'm not going to put my life, my wife's life, my kids' life in jeopardy just so... I can help some politician get reelected. And one of those spots that we have to start really stepping up to is in California. California seems to be the hot spot of this progressive movement. We need to, how should I put it? I don't know. Trying to think how to put it, and it's kind of escaping me. California has, and they admit freely that they put in laws that are unconstitutional and don't care about it. They are willing to go to any low just to push their agenda. And they don't care about our rules. They don't care about the Constitution. It's all about their feelings. Their feelings. How do they feel today? I'm trying to put this together. We have to combat this movement because it's spreading. And it's not the Democrat liberal agenda that I'm so afraid of. It's this progressive, communistic. And I hate putting labels to stuff because it's so easy to twist labels and stuff. I mean, let's look at fascism. I mean, they're twisting that and calling Donald Trump fascist and all that. But those that are saying they're standing up are using fascist tactics. And it amazes me how they are using these tactics and then claiming they're fighting against those same tactics. I don't know. It seems like a complete circle. But it's kind of like, well, if I do this, you can't then yell at me about anything. Well, I'm still going to yell at you because, well, I'm not going to sit back just because you want to do whatever you want like a little child. And they're proud that they're using these tactics. They're proud that they're physically assaulting people because it's what they want to do. It's what they've been kind of trained for over the last couple of years. They've been trained for this. They've been trained to be violent, to push their agendas. It's exactly what they were trained for. And yes, they were trained for this. And they're going to keep doing it. Until we... and it's hard to say, okay, well, we're going to make a law to stop it. Because then it's we're attacking them because their political view. It's a very touchy situation that you just can't go and jump all over. You gotta... It's a balancing act with these people. Yes, I said these people because they're not anything that I would consider pro-America. Oh, boy, it's going to be a long day, isn't it? I try to, worry about the words I use and everything, and then it seems it's getting in the way of my message sometimes. It's a dangerous time out there. It really is, not just because someone might say something mean to me. I really don't care. As I said, they're getting violent. They're getting physical. And that worries me. It really does. Because it's not just me I have to worry about. It's my whole family I got to worry about. And they will lower themselves to that point. But right now, it is getting towards the end of the show. And as I do, I want to thank everybody for listening. I appreciate it. I'm honored. And I just want to get the message out. And that there's other people that agree with you. You're not alone. There is... They call themselves the resistance. Well, I'm the pushback. Because that resistance isn't resistance. They're not resisting anything. They're trying to force. They are a force to take over. They're not a resistance. They're not the good guys here. And if anything, they're more like the Borg, and resistance is futile. They're here to assimilate. They're here to take over. We need to work together, though, because they're trying everything to split, to fracture us on the right. Divide and conquer, and that's what they're trying to do. And with that, I want to say happy day, everybody. Be safe, and I'll see everybody on Monday. You've been listening to the Reaver of Common Sense with its host, Jersey Joe. You can tune in every day, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on hppundit.com and shrmedia.com.